Hey folks, in a comment on a recent video, I was asked what was going on with the closet behind me and the stuff that shows up in the videos. So I thought I'd make a very quick short showing those of you who've been following the channel a little bit, basically my room and the stuff in it. So let's get started. We have the first artifact here. This is a closet that I got from my grandparents because when they passed away, I was the only one with space in their house because I'd recently moved. So I got this guy. We don't know how old it is. It could be 300 to maximally 500 years. It actually has a lock that is spring steel and hand forged. Look at that thing. This thing was handmade hundreds of years ago, probably. Spring loaded. It doesn't have screws holding it on. It has square pounded rivets driven through the wood to keep things in place, and it has a hand forged key. All right, a hand forged key that can be removed, right? This is what it looks like. Very cool stuff. Yeah, and it sits on a piston, right? The key has a cylinder inside. The key is a cylinder. It effectively slides over a piston. This is stuff I made myself, not old at all. This was back from my metalworking days. I was, in fact, a art smith, blacksmith. This guy is a significantly newer than the first one. Was last restored, I think, by my great-grandfather around 1920. It's probably originally definitely not much older than the 1700s. This here is a significantly newer. You can tell from the style it's much more lightweight, and you can also, if you go in, the paneling is a lot more lightweight. It was restored in the 1990s by my grandfather. Mr. I don't know, Crusader here. This is actually from a friend of mine who just moved to New Zealand recently. I make fun of him and say it's because he was afraid of the Russians and he wussed out because he's from Eastern Germany. He didn't want to pay to have this transported. We've got, what we've got here is multiple weapons. We've got, these are all practice swords though. This is not actually old stuff. This is practice gear, stuff you can use for Ren fairs and things like that. So that's it.